days are long and dreary now. I hope I see her again some day. New thing. In her home at Frankfurt, Clara, the little girl of Herr Stefan, sat in a wheelchair. Her face was thin and pale. Her soft blue eyes watched the clock. "Is it time yet, Fräulein Rottenmeier?" she asked. Clara's mother was dead, and her father often traveled, so Fräulein was in charge of the house. Now she sat stiffly with Clara, wearing a strange-looking loose dress. A large collar and very high dome snapped hat. Before she could answer, Dieter and Heidi arrived. Fräulein stood up. "What is your name?" asked the little girl. Heidi answered a strong, clear voice. Fräulein scowled. "She is christened Adelheid," Dieter added. "Dieter, I am sad to see such a young child," Fräulein complained. "I wanted a girl the same age as Clara." "I am 8, said Heidi brightly. "What? Only 8? 4 years too young." "Of what use are you, Adelheid? What have you learned? What books did you learn from?" "None," said Heidi. Fräulein could not believe her eyes. "How did you learn to read?" "I don't read," Heidi answered. "Mercy upon us! You cannot read?" Fräulein turned to Dieter. "How could you bring me such a child?" In a sweet voice, Dieter said, "Heidi, it's what I thought you wanted. You said you wished for a child unlike all others." She made a quick bow and left the door. "I must go. My mistress is waiting." "Stop!" Fräulein cried, running after her. Clara had watched without speaking, but now said to Heidi, "Would you rather be called Heidi or Adelheid?" "Heidi," she answered. "Then I shall always call you that. It suits you. Are you glad to be here?" "No," Heidi said truthfully. "I will go home tomorrow with some nice fresh rolls for grandmother. She is very poor and can only afford dry stale bread." Clara laughed. "But you come to stay with me. We will learn together and have such fun." Just then Fräulein Rottenmeier returned and said that supper was ready. Heidi was happy to find a fresh white bowl by her plate. She put it into her pocket for her grandmother. This horrified Fraulein during the meal. During the meal, Heidi made many other mistakes. I will explain to you how to act at the table, Frauleiner said. Fraulein said. Then she went on to lecture Heidi about manners. Without meaning to, Heidi leaned back in her chair and fell asleep. Trouble in the big house. When Heidi awoke the next morning, she forgot where she was. She ran to the window, and then another, hoping to see the sky and country. Instead, she saw nothing but walls and windows. Can I open my window to see what's below? She asked Clara. The servant, Sebastian, will open them for you, Clara replied. Heidi was happy to hear this, and she told Clara about the wonderful things she could see from the window in Grandfather's hut. After breakfast, Mr. Usher, the school teacher, came to give Clara and Heidi their lessons. Heidi practiced her ABC until it was time for Clara to rest, not recite. Then she asked Sebastian to open her windows so she could see down below. Again she saw nothing but walls and windows. Where can I see the whole valley? She asked. Only from the top of the church tower, Sebastian replied. Heidi ran to the door, down the steps, into the street. When she got to the church, she found a kind keeper who let her climb to the top of the tower. How disappointed she was to see only roofs and chimneys. The keeper felt sorry for her, and he showed her a basket of kittens, hoping they would make her happy, and showing her, "Oh, would you like to have them?" he said. "I'll deliver them to your house." "Yes," Heidi cried. "I will take 2 of them right now." She put the kitten into her pocket and hurried home. Fraulein was waiting for her. She scolded Heidi for running off in